Today I wanted to make a video for those who are currently experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety over losing their jobs. I know a lot of people all over the world have been laid off due to this COVID-19 coronavirus and are really suffering because they don't know what the future is going to hold. So if you're one of them, I wanted to walk you through a number of things you can do for yourself to maintain a positive, opportunistic mindset, to maintain a healthy level of mental health, and to make sure that you don't fall into this demotivated, depressive slump that tends to happen, which really is very counterproductive for you when you are going to start embarking on your next job hunt. So first things first, where are all these feelings of worry, anxiety and stress coming from? Well, when we lose our jobs, we are thrown into a period of uncertainty. Our daily routine is thrown into flux, our interactions with colleagues, and we don't know when we're going to get paid next. We don't know when we're going to be able to find another job. We may worry that no one's going to hire us because the market's not doing so well. And really, this lack of control over the situation, the ambiguity is very much at odds with our human need for certainty, for stability. And that's what really starts causing all these feelings in your body of worry, of stress, of anxiety. And if you let yourself run away with these feelings, they are going to harm your immune system long term. And if your immune system is harmed and your physical and your mental health suffers, you're not going to be in the best mindset for when you are looking for jobs, for when you are going for interviews. So it is super vital that you maintain and you regulate your emotions in such a way that really sets you up for success and that makes this period in your life as calm and as easy as possible. The first thing you can do for yourself really is take a time out. Although it's tempting to open your laptop, to start calling all your contacts and search for a new job almost pretty much immediately after you've been laid off, you really need to take some time for yourself. Why? Firstly, because you need to let yourself process the news. You need to let your emotions to settle. When you've just received news of your layoff, you will likely be feeling frustrated, maybe angry, shocked, ashamed, sad. And unfortunately, none of these emotions are going to place you in the right mindset to spring back from this. So taking a time out is going to allow you to get a grip on yourself and a grip on your emotions. Secondly, you need to take this time out to get your story straight before you go out to market. And what I mean by that is that when you do start reaching out to your contacts in the industry, when you do start reaching out to recruiters and potential employers, you are very clear on what you delivered in your last company, the skills you bring to the table, and what you're looking for. See, when you go out to the market still reeling from the news of your pending unemployment, you're likely going to be motivated by desperation, by anger, by frustration, and by securing your next paycheck. And unfortunately, that is not what hiring managers and employers are looking for. They are looking for someone who has a genuine interest and passion for the role that is offered. So really, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're lowering your chances of being able to get that job that you're going for in the first place, because Hiring managers can always sense this. There is a certain type of energy that desperate people do give off that means that if you don't get that job, you're going to further exacerbate your desperation. You're going to take a needless hit on your confidence and your self-esteem. So again, it's just very, very important to take a time out to make sure that your emotions really do settle and you have yourself under control. Thirdly, taking a time out is going to allow you to evaluate what you want out of your career. So, what aspects of the job did you like? What wasn't so great? If you were let go from the best job in the world, then that's great news. It means you know exactly what you're looking for in your next role and you can filter for that accordingly. If you were let go from a job you didn't like so much, even better, because now is your chance to find something more aligned to what you want to do. And when you take a time out to reflect on this, you become a lot clearer about what you want, what you're searching for. You can stop wasting time on irrelevant job applications and you come across as more assured in interviews. So it's a win all round. Although the unemployment period may have been forced on you and be outside of your control, try to see the benefit, the opportunity in having more free time. Make use of this new available free time to recharge, evaluate, reset. Don't come out of this period more exhausted than when you started, because there's going to be plenty of time to work very long hours in your next job, and this time next year you may end up looking back and thinking, whoa, I really wish I had made more of the time that I had. But then again, hindsight is always 20/20. The second thing you can do for yourself is to implement a structure. So, when we spoke about how your feelings of anxiety and worry arise from the uncertainty of the situation and the lack of control that you have over it? Well, the fastest way you can take back control is by being disciplined and establishing a structure in your day. So, our jobs provided us with a structure naturally, whether we liked it or not. We knew what time we have to wake up, what our morning commute was going to look like, when we're going to arrive in the office, when we're going to have lunch, and so on and so on. And when we're laid off work, that structure effectively dissolves. So unless we take proactive steps to put a routine into place, it's going to become very easy for days to suddenly blur into one. This is where people go two ways. Some people can sink into a depression, binge watching mindless TV, eating comfort food, losing contact with friends and family, and others can get themselves really worked up into a panicked frenzy. They job hunt non-stop, sending their CV out left, right, center, getting frustrated as the turnaround on job applications just is not fast enough, and neither approach is healthy. So what is healthy is establishing a daily rhythm, doing something that remains familiar to us, like getting up at the same time each morning, working out, taking breaks for food, are going to keep you mentally and physically the same. They're going to make you feel like the day-to-day change, the transition from being employed to not, is not that different. And the less sudden you can make the change, the more in control of the situation you can feel, the more capable you will also feel. A routine is also going to allow you to prioritize what is important and what needs to be done. So it should include things like setting a couple of hours aside for job hunting. Many people make the mistake of thinking they're going to job hunt every single day until they find something, spend 12 to 14, 16-hour days on LinkedIn and other job boards, but quite frankly, this isn't productive and you're going to burn out sooner rather than later. So setting a couple of hours aside of productive, focused job applications is the best thing you can do for yourself. You need to also set time aside to speak with your family and friends, and this is to replace the daily social interaction you had with colleagues, but also to give you another branch of emotional support to keep you connected to people. You need to also set time aside for hobbies, for relaxing, for breaks, be it lunch times, dinner times, breakfast, and so on. Don't come out of this period more mentally drained than when you started. And this is super hard because some people feel they don't deserve to rest and relax. They feel like they're going to be able to take a deep sigh of relief after they've accepted a job offer, after the start date is in sight. The problem with this is you're going to then be constantly putting yourself under pressure, and you're going to stress your immune system out. If your immune system is stressed, it's going to suffer. If your immune system suffers, it means you're not going to be in the best headspace mentally to be fully present and make the most of the opportunities that are coming your way. So do something really good for yourself and make sure that even though you're going through an uncertain period, even though you know that the bills have to be paid at some point and you're gonna have to find a job sooner rather than later, do take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours break to mentally recharge for yourself. It is the best thing you can do for yourself. The third thing I want to talk about that is very important, and it's one of the most damaging things people do when they are unemployed, and this is their inner dialogue. So people have a tendency when they are worried, when they're anxious and stressed, to aggravate their own fears. They have certain thinking patterns, certain cognitive distortions that are really counterproductive for them. They can start panicking, thinking, how will I find a job? How will I make rent? What if I can't find something? What if no one's going to employ me? And so on. And these thoughts can keep them up at night. What is more is that these thoughts in turn create very negative feelings of rejection, making it very easy for you to fall into a depressive, demotivated slump, which is quite frankly the last thing you need to do. The good news is the way that you speak to yourself, how you regulate your emotions, how you react to stressful, ambiguous situations is 100% in your control. So instead of being self-aggravating, be self-soothing. Now is the best time to remind yourself of absolutely everything you have ever achieved work-wise. All your successes on projects. Now is a great time to tell yourself all these things. If you find yourself getting very anxious and letting your thoughts run away with you in the middle of the night, get up, go make some chamomile tea, tell yourself, stop, this isn't serving me, I don't need these thoughts. Try and shift gears so that you're not aggravating yourself further. It's also very good to remember that plenty of people have been in or are currently in your situation, and if you think about it, your career is likely to span many decades. That is a very long time to never be let go from a job. It happens. Life moves on. You are going to find something new, but it is in your hands whether this period of your life will be harder than it has to be. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, Do share it with your friends or family who may be in a similar boat. Please also subscribe and click like if you're interested in receiving more information on personal development, self-awareness, and how to set yourself up for the life that you want. If you have any tips on how to handle this period of unemployment, do comment below so that we can learn from one another. Till next time, Lisa.